The Bridge Beyond Dreams. In a quiet village nestled between two towering mountains, there was a legend about an ancient bridge said to connect the waking world to the realm of dreams. It was called the Bridge Beyond Dreams, made of stones that shimmered like moonlight and hidden deep within the fog that rolled down the mountain every evening. The villagers believed that those who crossed it would be lost forever in their own dreams, never to return to reality. The story centers around Elara, a young woman who lived on the edge of the village. She had always been a dreamer, spending her days with her head in the clouds, longing for something more than the simplicity of village life. Each night, she would have vivid dreams of faraway lands, magical creatures, and endless possibilities. But as the years went on, her dreams began to blur with reality, leaving her restless. One evening, after another day of feeling adrift in a world she no longer felt connected to, Elara heard the village elders speaking in hushed tones about the bridge. They warned of a disturbance in the fog and claimed the bridge had begun to appear more frequently, enticing people to cross. Intrigued and driven by her longing to escape the confines of her life, Elara set out to find the bridge. As night fell and the fog began to rise, she followed the winding path through the mountains, her heart racing in anticipation. The air was thick with mist, and soon she could barely see her own hand in front of her face. But she pressed on, guided by a pull she couldn't explain. After what felt like hours of walking, the fog parted, revealing the shimmering stones of the bridge beyond dreams. Elara stood at its edge, hesitating for a moment as the legends echoed in her mind. But her desire for something more outweighed her fear, and she stepped onto the bridge. As she walked across, the world around her began to change. The fog lifted, replaced by a sky filled with swirling colors and stars that danced in patterns she had never seen before. The ground beneath her feet no longer felt solid, it shifted and moved like sand, yet held her weight. She could hear faint whispers in the air, voices calling her name, promising her the life she had always dreamed of. At the center of the bridge, she was greeted by a figure cloaked in silver, their face hidden beneath a hood. The figure spoke in a voice that seemed to come from everywhere and nowhere at once. "Welcome, Elara. You've crossed into the realm of dreams. Here, you can become whatever you desire, live any life you wish." Elara's heart leapt with excitement. "Can I stay here? Forever?" The figure paused. "You may stay as long as you wish, but remember, the longer you remain, the more your waking self will fade. In time, you may forget the life you left behind altogether." Elara hesitated, her mind racing. She had always longed for adventure, for something beyond the mundane, but the thought of losing herself entirely was a price she hadn't considered. As if sensing her uncertainty, the figure raised a hand, and before her appeared a vision of her village, her home, and the people she had left behind. They were going about their lives as usual, but something felt off. The colors were duller, the sounds muted. It was as if the world she had known was slowly fading away without her. "Is this what happens to everyone who crosses the bridge?" Elara asked. The figure nodded. "Dreams are powerful, but they are fleeting. The real world, for all its limitations, is what grounds us. Without it, you may lose your sense of self." Elara looked out at the swirling sky, at the endless possibilities that awaited her. It was everything she had ever wanted, yet the weight of the decision pressed down on her. Could she truly leave behind the life she had known, imperfect as it was? Or was the allure of the dream world too strong to resist? Taking a deep breath, she turned to the figure. "I understand. I'll stay. For now." The figure inclined their head, and as Elara stepped off the bridge, she felt the world around her shift once more. The swirling colors faded, replaced by the familiar sight of her village, bathed in the soft light of dawn. She had crossed the bridge beyond dreams, but she had returned. The fog lifted, and the path home was clear. And though her dreams would continue to call to her, Elara knew that she would face the waking world with a new sense of purpose, no longer lost between the two. The legend of the bridge would remain, but Elara would be the only one who knew its true power and the choice it offered those who dared to cross.